office. There was just a poll out. 77% of Americans say that Joe Biden at age 80 is too old to be president. Are they right?
No, not for the reason of old, because I have many friends that are in their 80s. I have friends, Bernie Marcus, that are in their 90s, and they're sharp as a tack. I would say just about what they used to be. No, not old. He's incompetent. Age is interesting because some people are very sharp and some people do lose it, but you lose it at 40 and 50 also. No, he's not too old at all. He's grossly incompetent. You look at some of the great. You look at some of the great world leaders. They were in their 80s, and they did. I mean, Churchill. So many people. They were phenomenal in their 80s. You know, there's a great wisdom if you're not in a position like him. But if you go back 25 years, he wasn't the sharpest.
Meanwhile,
Speaker Pelosi, good morning. It's Willie Geist. Good to see you. I would just add into this conversation that we haven't mentioned. Donald Trump gave an interview that aired last night in which he was asked directly if Joe Biden's too old. Donald Trump said, no, he's not too old at all. I have friends in their 80s and 90s who are sharp as a tack, making the case that Joe Biden's not too old. He just says he's incompetent, but not too old. Perhaps some self-awareness about his own age. But we can put that to the side. Madam Speaker.
Yes, he's 77, and exactly. I don't hear too many people. Let me tell you, when I said I was running again, some of the, shall we say, friends on the very left have said, oh, she's too old at 83, but happy birthday, Bernie Sanders at 82.
Right. No, that's right.
all right, guys, so we got to follow up on the mainstream liberal media panicking about Joe Biden's age, okay? Because liberal insiders like Joe Scarborough came out on his own network and said, look, behind closed doors, Democrats are saying that Biden's too damn old, right? He's clearly not mentally capable of being president of the United States, and he needs to be replaced, okay? However, when they come out in public, they're saying something different.
Yeah, I get it that people register in these polls a concern about a candidate's age when they hit the age that the president is. But in this case, 80 years old is not slowing Joe Biden down. He's doing a pretty exceptional job, and we just have to explain that to the American people.
1 hour later.
That includes our Secretary of the Defense, Austin, Secretary Austin, Secretary McDonough, the Army, the Secretary of the Army, Warmoth, Chairman Milley, and Senator Senator Blackburn, and also Senator Haggerty, who all joined us today.
80 years old is not slowing Joe Biden down. He's doing a pretty exceptional job, and we just have to explain that to the American people.
Okay, they're not saying what they actually think. They're giving the illusion that they are supportive of Joe Biden, okay, and that they don't think that he is too old, even though he clearly, obviously is, okay? And if you don't want to end up like Joe Biden, then the best thing for you to do is probably to avoid muscle loss as you age. And that is why the sponsor of this video is BioTrust. Did you know that you can begin to lose muscle as early as the age of 30? Now, me personally, I'm coming up on my 30s, not quite there yet, but I'm coming up on it. So I am very aware of this reality. Then at 40, research shockingly suggests that you can begin to lose up to 10% of your muscle mass every decade. And if nothing is done to prevent this muscle loss, it can lead to loss of strength, weight gain, decreased energy, and much, much more. The good news is that no matter what age you're at, you can begin to take steps to stop this and even to put it in reverse. That's why hundreds of thousands are taking action today to reverse their muscle loss with this amazing new product by BioTrust, Ageless Muscle. It combines 4 science-backed ingredients to combat age-related muscle and strength loss. Together, this premium blend of my HMB, betaine, creatine, and vitamin D3 offer powerful support to build and preserve muscle mass, promote muscular endurance, improve athletic performance, promote muscle hydration, help reduce soreness, and promote post-exercise recovery. Most importantly, you'll save 41% for this month only. Plus, for a limited time, you'll receive free gifts, including free shipping, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, free VIP live health and fitness coaching for life, and a free new ebook titled 9 Most Important Ingredients to Hold On To as you continue to age, all at no extra cost to you. Go to musclewithpatriot.com. That's musclewithpatriot.com, or click the link below in the description to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime deal before it sells out. Now, again, this conversation is really picking up because you just had Senator Mitt Romney, who's a Republican, decide to retire. And one of the reasons why he decided to retire, besides the fact that he probably can't get reelected in today's modern politics or today's modern Republican Party, was his age. Okay, he's like, look, I'm going to be in my 80s. Okay, in my next term, I'm too old. It's time for a new generation. And I agree with Mitt. Okay, I really do. I think that what he's saying here is correct. Okay, like once you get up in your 80s, you need to be self-aware enough to know that, all right, I'm too damn old, right? My time is come and gone. Okay, I'm out. Unfortunately, Nancy Pelosi did not get the message, okay, because she's declared that she is going to rerun for office, right? She's going to run again to stay in the House. And again, it's just, it really blows my mind, right? It really does that people continue to vote for these relics to remain in office, okay? But Nancy Pelosi was pressed on this issue of Joe Biden being too old and whether or not he would maybe potentially drop out of the 2024 race over his age. And Nancy Pelosi's response was, I hope not.
That vision, he knows why he wants to be president and is president. He has knowledge of the issues and therefore judgment to be respected and wisdom that he brings to the table.
So why is there such concern among a lot of Democrats about him?
Well, I travel a bit in those circles of Democrats nationally and politically, and while there may be some concerns, everybody's for him. Overwhelmingly, everybody's for him.
Do you think there's any chance he does not continue running?
I hope not. I hope not. I mean, this president...
David Ignatius recently came out saying he thinks the former president should not run.
Yeah, so that's one. And he also said he shouldn't run because he allowed me to go to Taiwan. Nobody allows me to do anything. I was Speaker of the House, and the invitation came from the Taiwan government for me to go there. It wasn't up to David Ignatius.
Yeah, so Nancy Pelosi claims that nobody allows her to do anything, okay? Tells you everything you need to know about what she thinks about her husband, Paul, right? I'm just saying, okay? But as you can see there, Nancy Pelosi clearly in her capacity as a relic in Congress, okay? She can't really criticize Biden for being too old, right? Because she's running for re-election. Can't really say much about it, okay? I don't think she's the person to ask about age. But, you know, hey, she's not even that mentally competent in my opinion, right? So I think that there's questions about her that are the same questions that we're asking about Joe Biden, right? So with that being said, Kamala Harris is the person that is naturally the choice to take Biden's place if he can't run for whatever reason. In my opinion, I just don't see him being able to run. Okay, I just don't see him being able to put energy into the campaign and be president of the United States at the same time. I just don't see it. But Democrats are telling us it's a possibility, right? And when asked about Kamala, Nancy Pelosi gave a very interesting answer in which she was not willing to commit to Kamala Harris being the right person for the job of VP or to be Biden's running mate in 2024. Take a look.
President Kamala Harris, the best running mate for this president?
He thinks so, and that's what matters. And by the way,
do you think so?
She's very politically astute. I don't think people give her enough credit. She's, of course, values-based, consistent with the president's values and the rest. And people don't understand she's politically astute. Why would she be vice president if she were not? But when she was running for attorney general in California, she had 6% in the polls. 6% in the polls. And she politically astutely made her case about why she would be good, did her politics, and became attorney general. So people shouldn't underestimate what Kamala Harris brings to the table.
But do you think she is the best running mate, though?
She's the vice president of the United States. So when people say to me, well, why isn't she doing this or that? I said, because she's the vice president. That's the job description. You don't do that much. You're a source of strength, inspiration, intellectual resource, and the rest. I think she's represented our country very well at home and abroad.
Yeah, so this is a fascinating answer. And I'm going to tell you guys why it's a fascinating answer in a minute, because what she's saying is not what it seems like in regards to her non-committal for Kamala Harris being VP. In my opinion, I think what she is saying basically confirms a theory that I've been pushing right on this channel for the last few days. And we're going to get into that. But again, the reason why it is kind of a big deal is because you have seen Democrats lately come out and be non-committal when it comes to Kamala as VP, but seem to overwhelmingly support Biden as the president, even though it's clear that Biden's too old. Like, for example, when Elizabeth Warren was pressed on Kamala after endorsing Joe, she essentially, again, just refused to endorse Kamala.
If he's that old in his second term, the vice presidency becomes even more important. Should Kamala Harris be his choice the second time around?
I really want to defer to what makes Biden comfortable on his team. I've known Kamala for a long time. I like Kamala. I knew her back when she was an attorney general and I was still teaching, and we worked on the housing crisis together. So we go way back, but they have to be a team, and my sense is they are. I don't mean that by suggesting I think there are any problems. I think they are.
Yeah, so you've seen that, you heard that. Now, again, it's interesting because when Democrats are asked about Joe, they seem to endorse Joe, but they seem to be non-committal on Kamala in the sense that they keep saying that, well, in regards to whether or not Kamala's a good VP, depends on Joe, right? I'm not going to say whether or not she's a good VP option, but this is just Joe Biden's decision, is not mine, right? But I want to actually look deeper into what Nancy Pelosi is saying, because I think what Nancy Pelosi is saying actually confirms the theory that I've been putting out here over the last few days about what the grand plan is, which is to actually have Kamala replace Biden. Why do I say that? Because a surface level analysis of what Nancy Pelosi is saying would lead people to believe, oh, well, clearly Democrats don't like Kamala, which, I don't think they like Kamala. Okay, I think that's true. They don't like Kamala, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to throw Kamala aside, right? That there is no plans for Kamala. I think what's happening here is that they're saying that, look, I don't want to commit to Kamala being VP because Kamala could possibly be the nominee, right? The Democrat Party presidential nominee, okay, which is not VP. If you listen to what Nancy Pelosi said there, she said, look, don't underestimate Kamala politically. She was down in the polls when she ran for attorney general back in California. She wasn't very liked, but she ended up being able to get elected. Again, that is similar to what's happening right now with Kamala, right? Because a lot of the arguments against Kamala taking Joe's place, and that's why people kind of overlook Kamala. They'll talk about Michelle. They'll talk about Gavin Newsom. They'll talk about Hillary. They'll talk about Pete Buttigieg. All these people are kind of getting more speculation in regards to replacing Joe than Kamala because of Kamala's terrible poll numbers, right? But what Pelosi is saying, and I'm pretty sure she's aware of this, we know that Kamala's poll numbers are in the dump. We know that her approval rating is in the dump. But Kamala is more than capable of overcoming that because she's done it before. Why would Pelosi say that? Because the soft reset strategy for Kamala to take Joe's place would be to say, well, as VP, I didn't really have that much to do with the Biden administration and their policies, right? And this is something I've said before, okay? The key for Kamala, if she's going to take over for Biden, is to say, look, I understand people are upset about the economy. They're upset about this, they're upset about it, but it wasn't me, right? It's to basically say, I didn't have anything to do with it, okay? And under my direction, we're going to, do things differently. That is the soft reset strategy that I think is going to be the play from the Democrats with Kamala, okay? I think that Joe's going to step down. It's going to be Kamala and it's going to be Pete Buttigieg. They're going to run a woke campaign where they basically say that anybody that criticizes them is a bigot, right? They're sexist, they're homophobic, they hate black women, right? This is what they're going to do. And they're going to say, well, you guys are mad at Joe's economy. That wasn't me, right? You guys mad at the border. That wasn't me. You guys mad at crime. That wasn't me. You guys mad with the state of this country. That's not me. That's Joe. SVP, I didn't have that much to do with it. I think that is the reason why Nancy Pelosi said what she said. Now, again, I could be overthinking it. I could be analyzing it too much. But I'm telling you guys, when it comes to politics and what these politicians say, it's a lot deeper than what you think. Everything they say is calculated. Even Nancy Pelosi at her old age, she might be rambling a bit, right? But she is a calculated, cold-blooded politician. I mean, in this same interview, she characterized herself as cold-blooded. She's a reptilian.
Of course she was going to say that, but
poor baby.
Yeah, she's really, really committed to that. It's really sad.
No, I'm not a poor baby. I'm more reptilian, cold-blooded, and go in to win the election.
We're going to take a short break. I want to talk to you more about President Biden and some other things.
Yeah, you heard it out of her mouth, right? Cold-blooded reptilian, okay? Nancy Pelosi. And this is why I believe that what's going to happen is that they're going to wait late until the end of the primary season. Okay, we're going to talk about maybe August, okay, or maybe July or something like that. And Joe Biden's all of a sudden, he's not going to be able to run, right? He's going to be like, okay, well, I'm out. It's going to be after the primary season. It's going to be too late to have a primary. And then Democrats are essentially going to do something undemocratic, which is basically not hold any type of primary. And Kamala is going to be the choice, right? Kamala's going to be the choice. Now, they're not going to have Biden drop out early, okay, and then have Kamala run against RFK, because Kamala very likely could lose, right? They're going to literally wait until the primary season is over, okay? They've already basically rigged it against RFK so that he can't win. They're not really actually having a real primary, right? And again, once July, August get here when it's too late, okay, Biden's going to drop out and say, oh, I'm too old, or, whatever, and then it's going to be Kamala. And I really do think that that's what the move is going to be. Okay. And this is why I think you have Democrats not necessarily trying to endorse her as a VP outright, because the plan is not for her to continue to be VP. It's for her to be president, right? It's to take Joe's place. And part of her taking Joe's place is for the Democrats to frame her as somebody that didn't have all that much to do with the state of the economy, right? With the state of the country. So again, just in case, things are not in a good position come next year, right around this time, then again, it's almost like a soft reset, right? That's what they're going to run on. Well, it was Joe, right? It was Joe's fault, okay? And I mean, they won't say that outright, but that will be what they're implying, okay? I mean, that's just my prediction. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm, overthinking it, okay? Maybe I'm in over my head, but I really do feel like that's the strategy that gives the Democrats the best chance to win. And I think that that's what they're going to do, right? In my opinion. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.